Honorable President, I wish to read some paragraphs from the English version of your address to both the House of Parliament assembled together today, and the rest of the address may be considered as read. Honorable members, this joint sitting of the Parliament, which is being held during the time of the coronavirus pandemic, has great significance. It is the beginning of the new year and a new decade. We will also be entering the 75th year of India's independence this year. All the members of Parliament present here today embody the conviction held by every Indian that the toughest of challenges will deter neither us nor India. Whenever India has remained united, it has been able to attain even seemingly unattainable goals. This solidarity and Pujya Babuji's inspiration had given us freedom from hundreds of years of colonial rule. Echoing the same spirit, Assam Kesari, Ambikagiri Roy Chaudhary, the nationalist poet, has said, Om Tat Sat Bharat Mata Ek Chetanat Ek Dhyanat Ek Sadhonat Ek Avegat Ek Hoija Ek Hoija. That is, India's grandeur is the ultimate truth in one single consciousness, one thought, one devotion, one inspiration. Let us unite, let us unite. This unity and dedication of Indians have enabled the country to overcome multiple adversities. Our country has faced every crisis with fortitude, be it coronavirus, floods, earthquakes, or major cyclones in several states, locust attack or bird flu. The recent past also saw an unprecedented escalation in tension along the border. The nation stood together, battled crisis on multiple fronts, and surmounted every challenge. During this period, we will all have also witnessed unparalleled courage, endurance, discipline, and spirit of service of our countrymen. Honorable members, when we think of the preceding year, we are reminded of the twin challenges that faced us, saving the lives of the citizens and protecting the economy. Besides announcing a record economic package for reviving the economy, my government took care to ensure that no poor person went hungry. Under the Pradhana Mantri Garib Kalyan Yojana, 80 crore people were provided an additional 5 kg free food grains for 8 months per month. We have also taken care of the plight of the migrant laborers, workers, and those who were away from their homes, besides providing them with the facility of one nation, one ration card. The government made free fruit grains available and organized Islamic special trains for them. During this period, India has demonstrated its scientific capabilities, technical expertise, and strength of startup systems by developing a network of over 2,200 laboratories in a short span, manufacturing thousands of ventilators, PPE kits, and test kits, thereby attaining self-reliance. It is a matter of immense pride that India is conducting the world's largest vaccination program. Both the vaccinations rolled out under this program are produced indigenously. By making lakhs of corona vaccine doses available to several countries, India fulfilled its obligation towards humanity in these times of difficulty. The accolades being showered on India globally for this work, along with the essence of our age-old cultural tradition of Sarve Santu Niramaya and endeavor to work for human welfare, is imparting strength to our efforts. Atmanirbhar Bharat is not just confined to manufacturing in India, but also campaign aimed at elevating the standard of living of every Indian, as well as boosting the self-confidence of the country. Our goal of an Atmanirbhar Bharat will be further strengthened by self-reliance in agriculture. With this idea, the government have, for the last 6 years, attempted to bring positive transformation in the seed-to-market system so that the Indian agriculture is modernized and also sees growth. In pursuance of these efforts, my government decided to implement the recommendations of the Swaminathan Commission report and increase the MSP by at least 1.5 times of the cost of production. Today, my government is not only purchasing record quantities at the MSP, but also increasing the number of procurement centers across the country. I'm happy to say that their hard work, our farmers are augmenting the efforts of the government. Today, the food grain availability in the country is at a record high. 2008 and 9, the food grain production in the country was 234 millions, whereas in 2019-20, the production has increased to 296 million tons. During the same period, the production of fruits and vegetables have also increased from 215 million tons to 320 million tons. I congratulate the farmers of the country for these achievements. Honorable members, my government accords priority to the small and marginal farmers too. In order to provide expenditure support to these farmers, almost 1,13,000 crore rupees have been directly transferred to their bank accounts under the Pradhana Mantri Kisan Samman Nidhi, Pradhana Mantri Fasal Bhima Yojana. Has also benefited small farmers of this country. After extensive consultation, the Parliament have approved 3 important farm reform bills 7 months ago. And the benefits of these 3 important farm reforms have started reaching more than 10 crore small farmers instantly. Appreciating the advantage that these reforms would bring to small farmers, several political parties too had, from time to time, expressed their support. The discussions over these reforms in every part of the country for over 2 decades and the demand for these reforms at different fora were also reflected during the deliberations in the House. Presently, the Apex Court has stayed the implementation of these laws. My government respects the decision of the Apex Court and shall abide by it. My government has always respected freedom of expression and holding of peaceful agitations in a democratic setup. However, the recent acts of dishonoring the national flag and showing disrespect to the auspicious occasion of the Republic Day are unfortunate. While the Constitution gives us the right to freedom of expression, it also expected that we abide by the laws and rules with equal sincerity. My government wants to make it clear that the rights and facilities available under the system prevailing before the enactment of these 3 new laws are not going to be affected by any way. Rather, these agriculture reforms, the government have provided new facilities to the farmers and has empowered them. In order to enhance the profitability of agriculture, my government is also placing emphasis on creating modern agriculture infrastructure. The Agriculture Infrastructure Fund for 1 lakh crore rupees have also been started for this purpose. Honorable members, drawing inspiration from Baba Saheb Ambedkar, my government is working on the ambitious scheme of Jal Jeevan Mission. Besides delivering water to every household, Har Ghar Jal, work on water conservation is also progressing in a rapid pace. I'm happy to say that under the scheme, 3 crore families have been connected with piped water supply so far. Under this scheme, water connection is being provided on priority to brothers and sisters belonging to the scheduled caste and scheduled tribes as well as other deprived sections of the society. Under the Pradhana Mantri Gram Sadak Yojana, construction of 6.42 lakh kilometers of road network has been completed in the rural areas of the country. In the 3rd phase of the scheme, 1.25 lakh kilometer roads connecting settlements, schools, markets, hospitals in rural areas will also be upgraded. Along with roads, internet connectivity is equally important in the rural areas. After ensuring electrification of every village, my government is implementing a mission to connect over 6 lakh villages of the country through optical fiber. While maintaining requirement of 2 Gaj ka Duri, the institutions and citizens of our country did not allow the pace of growth to slacken. By leveraging the power of Digital India, in December 2020, digital transactions of more than 4 lakh crore rupees have been done through UPI. Today, more than 200 banks are linked to the UPI system. The trinity of Janadhana accounts, Aadhaar and mobile, JOM, has helped safeguard the rights of people. Because of the JOM Trinity, 1,80,000 crore rupees have been saved from falling into the wrong hands. My government believes that building modern infrastructure will serve as a strong foundation for a new and Atmanirbhar Bharat. Rapid execution of all infrastructure projects, submarine optical fiber, cable from Chennai to Port Blair, and also the Atal Tunnel or the Char Dham Road project, our country has been forging ahead with the developmental works. My government is fully committed to overall and balanced development of Eastern India, a policy for rapid development of Northeast while preserving its unique geographical, cultural and linguistic characteristics and its social identity is being implemented. For Assam and Northeast states, River Brahmaputra is the Jivanadhara, making this lifeline the base of economic activity. Work on operationalizing several national waterways is in progress. This will benefit all sections of the Northeast, including farmers, youth and entrepreneurs by developing the integrated national waterways under the Ardha Brahmaputra program. Efforts are underway to transform Brahmaputra and Barak rivers as streams of development. The development-oriented policy of my government has also received wholehearted support from the people of Jammu and Kashmir. Only a few weeks back, elections to District Council in Jammu and Kashmir were held successfully for the first time after independence. Large-scale participation of voters have shown that Jammu Kashmir is forging ahead towards a new democratic future at a rapid pace. The great Malayalam poet Vallathol, who composed immortal patriotic lyrics during the independence struggle, has said, Bharatam inna peru, kettal abhimanapuridam, aganam antarangam. That is, whenever you hear the name of Bharat, your heart should swell with pride. Honorable members, today, as India eagerly forges ahead in the world, we have to be prepared to also fulfill commitments. This year we are celebrating 125th birth anniversary of Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose. To celebrate the anniversary in a befitting manner, the government have constituted a high-level committee. We also celebrate our Venerable Guru Tej Bahadur's 400th Prakash Parva with great reverence. Along with these commemorations, the Amrita Mahotsav, marking the 75th year of India's independence, will also commence from this year. We have to achieve new goals with the same strength of collective unity we displayed last year. In the last few years, India has accomplished many tasks which were once considered extremely difficult to achieve. Women's participation in armed forces is increasing. Construction of a grand Ram Mandir has commenced after the Supreme Court judgment. India has registered a record improvement in the ease of doing business ranking. Now special emphasis is being laid on reducing compliance burden. Direct benefit transfer, which was being disregarded earlier, has facilitated funds transfer of more than 13 lakh crore to beneficiaries during the last 6 years. Today, lakhs of middle-class citizens are benefiting from the Real Estate Regulatory Authority established under the Real Estate Regulation Development Act. During this period, not only were the new laws passed, but more than 1,500 archaic and irrelevant laws were also repealed. More than 21 crore poor were linked to Pradhan Mantri Suraksha Bima Yojana for a premium of just ₹1 per month to ensure that the eventuality of an accident, poor families do not have to run from pillar to post. About 9.5 crore people were insured under the Pradhan Mantri Jeevan Jyoti Bima Yojana for a premium of just 90 paise a day, so that in the case of death of a bread earner, the family may receive some support. More than 41 crore Janadhana accounts were opened so that the poor may benefit from banking system. More than half of these accounts belong to our sisters and daughters from poor families. Honorable members, Jyotirabindranath Tagore, the elder brother of Gurudev Rabindranath Tagore, the illustrious son of West Bengal, the land of Veda, spirituality and talent, had penned a powerful patriotic song. He said, quote, Chol re chol, Sobhe Bharato Santan. मातृभूमि कोरी आवाहन विरोधर्पे पौरुष गर्भे सादरे साध शोभे देशरो कल्याण. That is, motherland is beckoning all the children of Bharat to keep moving forward together, to move ahead with the self-esteem and confidence of courage and aspire the welfare of the nation. So come, let all citizens move forward together. Let us fulfill our duty and contribute to nation building. Come, let us make Bharat Atmanirbhar. I convey my best wishes to all of you. Jai Hind. Namaskar.